Okay, sorry about that, folks. We're starting late today because the game that was on before us went a little late, and they went into an extra end. So thank you for bearing with us. And we're in the first end here. We're joining in the first end. Team Bachek has hammer, and McCutcheon has a couple of guards up there, and Bachek has one sitting on full 8 foot. Max is throwing his second stone. I guess. Trying to draw in, it looks like. McCutcheon has called for a double here, and looks like they're a little bit wide. May come back though. The ice has been swinging more than it had been in previous games, and she flashes it. Interesting thing about the curling clubs, both here in Banff and in Canmore, is that both of them are only single story, so there's no upstairs to go for our filming. Makes it a little more difficult to see what's going on at the other end, but their monitors are working above the sheet, so we can see, and we'll let you know who's closer, etc.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I got your hopes up at the end.
And McCutcheon spins off the top yellow one and over to the edge of the 8 foot. And Kessler's calling for a hit and roll.
You're sweeping.
And McCutcheon draws in and sits full 8 foot, about a foot in front of the Yellowstone that's on the 4 foot. Kessler's looking at a couple of doubles on the guards there, open things up. Getting a third stones here.
You're a woman after our own heart. Don't do that because I'll be sad.
And he's going to run the yellow one into the blue one there. And it runs off into the yellow one, and blue's now sitting 1. So currently, McCutcheon is sitting 1 on the 8 foot, half undercover. Kessler's looking at doing a run back here on the yellow one. That's just off center. Andrew looks like he slid a little wide. Ended up peeling the guard off. Nash McCutcheon is looking to, I think he's trying to draw here or guard. I'm not 100% sure which. I missed the call on it. And it came into the 8 foot or the 12 foot, about 2 feet in front and to the side of the blue one. Open for a double here, and that's what Kessler's calling.
I know. It's like so. I mean,
No, I want you to stretch my long legs. Stretch those long legs. No, you're good.
my husband wants to spend quality time with me.
I've read it. Just that's right. Feeling a little lonely.
This line looks pretty good. They're trying to sweep it over, and he's got it. Makes a nice double. Sits around on the 12 foot. And Nash is probably going to try to draw in behind the guards. Team McCutcheon has called a timeout here. U15, they're allowed 2 interactions per team per end. So if McCutcheon calls a timeout and goes for an interaction, then Team Bachek is allowed to talk as well. And they're going for the draw. Line looks a little wide, actually. It's not going to come in behind the guards. In fact, I think it's probably a little heavy. So Kessler will be drawing here. Oh, unless that, yeah. Well, there's a back one in behind the yellow one there. I don't know who shot stone. Kessler's taking a look at it. Kind of looks like it might be McCutcheon. If it's blue with a backline weight, they can tap it back. That's what they're looking at. So blue must be shot. Yeah, they're just going to play a backline weight and just tap it. Just a titch. He's right on the broom. They're trying to hold it straight. Oh, looks like he's on the guard. Just gonna tap the guard a bit. It just kind of fell. So Bachek will take one in this end. Just kind of fell off. It was right on the broom. And going into end two, McCutcheon now takes the hammer. And so with Bachek taking 1 point, McCutcheon now has the hammer, and Max is up, going for center guard. Looks like the weight is there. Weight is a little heavy, I think, actually. No, weight's good. They'll be close to exactly where they want it. Right on the center line, except that this Bonspiel is not playing the no-tick rule. So making it to the center line isn't quite as important as it might have been. McCutcheon was trying to draw around, but came a touch light and ended up with the second center guard. Max is going to try to draw in. Looks like he's inside. He's on the guards. But he's light too, so it's going to be fine.
Yeah. No, not at all.
It's not what we wanted, but not what Kessler wanted, but that's okay. And McCutcheon is looking to draw in now.
Where was the other one? Like the one on the Toma? And then we didn't want like,
He's come a little inside. He's going to promote his blue one there, maybe, or rack on the guards. Yeah, it's light anyway. So that's another guard. Any of those guards up there actually benefit Team Bachek here if we can get one in. We're trying to steal here, so if we can get one or two in behind those guards, then they'll be dead buried. Second stones. Dylan throws. Line looks good, I think. It's hard to tell. Oh, and it's a little light. Boys are pounding it. If they can get by the guard, he'll be money. And nope. He did. Great back. That was all sweepers. They buried that one. Dylan came a few feet light, and they pulled her right down. They bared down and brought her in. It was a good shot. Good team shot, as they say. Sometimes the boys will have trouble with their weight, and they'll end up throwing a little harder than they should. And sometimes it's just a good idea to lighten it up just a titch and leave it to the sweepers, because our sweepers can drag them in. They drag that one probably an extra 6 feet maybe. McCutcheon comes with another guard, and our one on the 12-foot is dead buried. There's just about no way to get it out now. Although Kessler is looking at possibly replacing some of those guards, yeah. I'm not sure that's a good call when you don't have hammer. You're trying to steal. And Coach Don has called a timeout. They'd be better off just throwing another guard or drawing in behind. I probably would draw in behind. Taking out those guards is a pretty defensive kind of play, but I'd probably go a little more offense and try to play a little more aggressive. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to draw from the other side. Dylan's going to have to throw a little more weight this time because it'll be out in the frost. Haven't been too many shots thrown down that side. And he did throw more weight. But they tend to really die there when I was watching the previous game. Weight's close. They're sweeping it. They're sweeping it to carve it. Now they're sweeping it for weight. They got to get by that guard, and they should be. They're by the guard. They need to go as far as they can, and they buried it on the 4 foot. Beautiful shot. We got 2 yellow stones dead buried, and McCutcheon is stuck having to peel off guards now. And second stones and rubs off. And rolls out. Looks like someone touched the blue stone. So there's a few questions about what to do here. I don't know who touched it. Go back and check the replay over on YouTube, and we'll see what happened.
That's right. What's the last name? Okay. Oh, okay. That's really good.
It was the lead on Team McCutcheon. Kicked the stone a little bit. Didn't really kick it, but the stone ran into his foot. Tried to avoid it, but probably didn't make too much of a difference. But they're thinking that it would have rolled further because he stopped it. With these questions, the rule is that between the 2 teams, you figure out where it probably would have went, and you put it there. And it's not a huge deal in this case because for us, the Yellowstone is still buried, but that actually really does change those guards quite a bit. So Kessler's called for a draw to the 8 foot, put another guard there. If he comes a little light, it's not the end of the world and throws a guard, but he did not come light. He may be. Oh no, it really died there. Now he's going to rack on those guards, and that's okay too, as long as it's out front there and not too far away. And he opened it up. Now there's a hole to come down through. He threw a little too much weight on that one and must have been a little inside. So McCutcheon's shot here is to hit the yellow one and throw probably a hack weight hit, flop inside. Or actually to hit and roll to the side would be even better. And third for McCutcheon. Throw a little wide. She's going to be on the yellow guard and bump that back. Depending on the weight, it might get something good out of this. Oh, and so what happened is it hit the top yellow one that was on the 8 foot, knocked it in behind, actually put us into a better spot. So Kessler's calling to draw in. The draw 12 foot is a good call. If it comes a little light, you can have a guard. That's fine. Up in front of the house is fine. If it gets to the house, that's fine too. You just don't want it frozen would be okay, but not great. You want a little bit of a guard or to curl inside. Andrew delivers the stone, and the boys are not sweeping it, but I think they need to for weight and line, and I don't think they jumped it quite enough. Oh, yeah, it's there. And if they kept sweeping it, they probably could have gotten it to the house, but that's okay. That's actually just really good. Um, they got guards all over the place. Those two on the 8 foot and the 8 foot, 4 foot and the 8 foot are dead buried. McCutcheon's best shot here. He's looking at an in off. Playing the in off, he probably needs to play an in off, like a in off hit. Is what he needs because he has hammer. He's trying to score two. If she slid wide, she may raise that in though and hit it on the other side. That is there. The weight has really come down, so it's just money for a bump. She got a bump. It's going to go into the house. Not quite into the house. Kessler's probably going to maybe draw the other side. Yep. It's calling for a draw to the full 8 foot in behind cover on the left side. If he makes it, they'll be sitting 4. And the parents over on the bench here are complaining because the bar is not open this morning. And for some reason, curling parents really like to drink alcohol while they're watching their kids curl.
Exactly.
And
Imagine if you like
Kessler delivers his second stone. He's trying to draw in behind cover there. He's good as long as he doesn't rack or bump that blue one in, which he's not going to. It's looking good. They actually want it. Oh, they got to sweep it, and he rubs. They didn't. They missed the line call on it. They missed when there's a point at which a stone will break, and they missed the break. If they had swept it just a little bit earlier, then they didn't jump it quite enough. If they jumped it a little bit earlier, it would have been right there. And Nash is looking to draw in. He's got to draw full of 4 foot.
being a co-host or a host or yeah.
And racked on the guards there, and it looks like it's going to be steal a 3 for Bachek. It wasn't a steal. It was that was only first skip stones. Kessler's looking for another draw in. Trying to draw the 4 foot if he can under cover. Even the button if he could get there. They kind of cut at the end and they die at the end, so boys really have to watch it. They missed the line call on the last one. He's further out this time and he's by the guard. That's not a problem. Weight is looking good, but the boys are pounding it. Became a touch light. They didn't. Oh, he's going to be slightly in front of the house. Just missed it. A little bit light. The boys didn't sweep quite soon enough. McCutcheon is looking at doing an in-off on the right side. It's really about all he's got. A better shot, actually, a better call might actually be a tap rather than the in off. The angle's a little bit better for a tap. We'll see what kind of weight he throws, because if it's a little bit lighter, then he's playing the tap. But I don't think the ice is right for the tap, so he must be trying the in off. Yeah, he's trying the in off or a raised takeout. That's there too. He's on the right side for a raised takeout, but he's going to knock it straight back. And that'll be 3 Bachek. I think he probably would have had a better chance with the just doing a tap on that one. When in doubt, if you can play it a little quieter, that's a good idea, because when we try to up our weight, that's when we start to miss. As the great Ben Hebert often says, or said once at least, to our team, the best shot to call is the one you can make. So after 2 ends, it is 4-0 for Team Bachek. Over on the other sheets, sheet 1, we've got Team Miller versus Team Duncan, and Duncan took 4 in the first end. Miller has battled back. It's now 4-3 in the fourth end. Miller is currently, Duncan has 1 on the forefoot, and Miller's trying to play a quiet tap or hit to try to get in there. Sheet 2, we have Miker versus Clark, U18, and Clark is up 3-2 in the fourth end. Miker's sitting on the forefoot, and there's quite a few guards and things like that. Sheet 3, it's Northcott versus Landry, and it looks like Landry is up 1-0 in the third end. And we're back to Bachek and McCutcheon. Max's first stone, lead stones. Of course, Bachek has hammer. McCutcheon has hammer. Max throws the center guard, and it's going to go halfway to the house, 2/3 to the house. McCutcheon calls to draw in behind. Check is called another draw. Trying to draw in. Gonna draw in, but it looks like it might be a touch heavy. It's gonna, oh no, gonna sail to the back of back of the 8 foot. That's okay. That blue is very exposed anyway. Now she's called for a hit and roll in. And she's gonna nose it. So now McCutcheon is sitting 1-2. Kessler calls a thin double. Dylan comes a little bit outside, but it's there. He's gonna nose it. Nose hit and a little flop, but it didn't go undercover. It's very exposed. Kimberly's gonna probably try the double, try the hit and roll under. She slid wide. If the weight is down far enough, maybe it might come back. If they're trying to cut it with sweeping, trying to make a curl, and she's got a piece of it. She's gonna roll off, field it. Kessler's probably gonna try to hit and nose hit there. Calls the nose hit. A little roll inside would be fine too. If you can get under cover, but they called the nose. Andrew hit the broom. They're trying to sweep it. He dropped his weight down a bit, and it's really cutting inside. But he came from the outside, so and he missed it, and he's going to take his own stone out. And rolled in behind the blue one, which is quite possibly the worst thing that could happen. I think what happened there is he dropped his weight down. He didn't throw his typical weight. That was like a little more than hack. It was bored, and he needed normal at least. Ava comes with third stones, trying to draw in. She does a beautiful draw in, right to the button. Beautiful shot. Undercover, poked out a little bit on the other side. Kessler's looking at following her in, or perhaps doing a. Oh, he's calling the hit. Same weight. Andrews comes out on the broom, throws a little more weight, and the boys are sweeping it. Hold it steady. And he peels it off. That's a little bit more like the weight he needed for the first stone. Ava now up with third stones. Ava the third on Team McCutcheon. They called a quick timeout. They've decided to draw in. Probably the right call. I would do the same thing. The only other call would be to hit the back yellow one, and that wouldn't really do too much help because it'd be behind the tee line. Ava's just going to try to follow her last stone in. She came a little wide, actually. Might not bury. Bury if they sweep it for curl. Oh, yeah, and she buried it. Right to the button again. Two beautiful stones. They're looking to see how much they can see of it. Looks like they can see about half of it, so they can get to it with a hack weight. But if they can get to it with hack weight, that probably wouldn't get both of them out. But it'd move them around. Team Bachek has called a timeout. They're looking at it. I think they're probably going to go with what they originally called. Yeah. Oh, they're looking at maybe a hack weight hit, or yeah, on this straight ice, that's about a hack, I think. Close enough that even if you peel the corner, you might get both. But see what kind of weight he throws. Yeah, he's throwing hack weight here. We're trying to keep it straight, get across, around. Oh, and he's got the top one. Moved him around, jiggled him. Not bad. That was a pretty tough shot to me. Jiggling them is about the best he could do. If he'd thrown a peel at it, he might have gotten them both. But that would have been a very difficult peel. Nash coming with a draw here. Either a draw or guard, not 100% sure. I think a draw, but he came a little light. A guard actually is really good for them there. Forces us to draw from the other side. Well, Kessler's looking at a thin double. That is there. They're close enough that it's possible. So it's still early in the game. It's worth a shot at it. And if he hits it a little thick, then it just rolls in a little bit, sticks around.
That was really good.
Kessler's going for the hit and roll in. Looks like he's going to try to throw about a half weight again. He's got to hit about half a stone, and it'll roll right onto the other one. It's right on the broom. Got a long ways to walk over, but it's starting to cut down. Oh, he's throwing a draw. I thought he was throwing the hit and roll under. And they drag it to just about the 4 foot. So not a bad call. It cuts McCutcheon down to 2, probably. Pretty tough for him to get 3. Gonna have to try to draw the other side. He's got to drop full 4 for 3. Pitch wide, but it'll walk over. And it's not going to come over far enough, probably. Well, it might. No, he threw it a little heavy. It's 2 for McCutcheon. McCutcheon takes the deuce, and Bachek has a hammer in the 4th end. Over on sheet one, Miller has tied it up with Duncan. It's currently 4-4. U18. Miker and Clark are tied on sheet two, 3-3. And then Northcott and Landry on sheet three. It is Landry at 4-1.
There was a goal.
McCutcheon threw a center guard. Max is looking to throw a corner guard, but I think he's come a little light. Yeah, he hogged it. If this were league play, that would be a round of drinks on Max. And going for another corner guard. Max will throw a little more weight this time. Oh, didn't throw much more weight, but it's going to be across the hog line. A little tighter to the center line than we really want it to, but that's okay. McCutcheon goes for a draw in, and they're not quite going to make the house. They're just shorts. Kessler's got hammer, so he's looking at cleaning out those guards. When you have the hammer and you're up, you usually want to try to keep the center line clean. If you can clean up the center line, that makes sure that you have a better chance of getting your deuce, I should say. And peels off the top one. McCutcheon calls for another draw in. He's going to try to get to the 4 foot as quick as he can and force us to try to chase him. Curling is an interesting sport because in a lot of ways it's like a game of cat and mouse. If you don't have the hammer and you can get under cover, then the other team has to shoot at you. And they didn't quite sweep it enough, and it rubbed. Kessler's either going to hit that blue one or run those two guards. And he looks like he's going to hit and roll under. If they'd swept that one a little bit quicker, it would have come right under, probably back of the house. Dylan throws a little more weight than he did last time, more like a normal weight. And he's got it. And a little bit of a roll. Nash called for a hit and roll under cover from Ava, his third. It's going to curl just a little too much. She didn't quite have the weight she needed. And she's on the guard, going to push that one back and through the house, opening it up a bit. Kessler probably will call to run the guard off. Oh, correction. He's going to call a draw to the top of the forefoot. And I just realized that I hadn't changed the score in the last end. So that's now corrected. Sorry, folks. I get all engrossed in the game and forget to do things. So the score is currently 4-2 for Bachek. Bachek has hammer in the fourth. Nash is looking to ask Ava to play a double here. Over on sheet one, Duncan took one in the fifth, so it's now looks like 5-4. Ava peels off the top one, rolls, didn't peel it off, but hit and roll under. And they're going to look at how much they can see out of it. Kessler's thinking about peeling it, I think. Kessler's calling a hit and roll. Probably with a hack weight is what I'd do. Yeah, calls a hack weight hit. Andrew looks like he's pretty close to the broom. They're trying to knife it to get it to curl over, but it's not going to go, and he's going to take out his own stone. Oh, Ava slipped, going to sweep the stone, but but it didn't make a difference. She's okay. The stone was okay. Nash throws a draw. And it comes to the 8 foot. Gonna bite the 4 foot, which leaves it open for a double here. They'll both go if Kessler can pretty much get to the crotch there. Just got to hit about a... Oh, but he's looking at a run back. There's a good chance that if he makes it and moves both of those 2 stones on the 4 foot around, the one back one might jam. It might and it might not. He's going to have to come with some heat here. He's got ice for peel weight. He's got to run it just straight back almost. And he's going to hit it and roll off. He overcurled. Nash is sitting 2 on the 4 foot. Nash is calling for a guard, it looks like. And he throws it tight. And it's there. Kessler's looking at playing a triple here. And Don calls him off. I don't think the triple is there, but if he plays the triple, chances are the top blue one will jam and stick around. He's going to go for it. They're eyeing up the angle. Going to have to throw some peel weight at it. And he's got the top one for sure, and he bumps it back. McCutcheon takes one, steals one. Score after 4 is 4-3 for Bachek.
He win, and we play the person whoever wins this plays.
Beginning of the fifth end, McCutcheon threw a center guard. Max throws a corner guard. Nice corner guard. Looks to be about 4 or 5 feet in front of the house. McCutcheon throws another center guard. Max tries to come around his guards, and he's going to get to biting the 8 foot, full 8 foot, I should say. Buried under the corner guard. Nash is looking at drawing in under his center guards. And coming from the other side, she came a little inside, and she's gonna be on those guards up front. Kind of jiggles them around a bit. And Dylan peeled one of the guards off, opened up the center line.
In the middle of the this is not okay.
Kimberly's looking to draw in behind the guards on corner guards on the right side now.
I think she's here. I saw her and then
And they get it to the biting the 8-foot, but the yellow stone is still shot stone. Team Bachek is looking to peel those guards off. And they go, but they end up bumping one of the blue ones right onto the button. Undercover.
Okay.
First third stone coming up for Team Bachek. Ava is throwing a draw in, or a guard, I'm not sure which they called. Looks like drawing in. And she pretty much freezes it right to the other yellow one, or the other blue one. Kessler calls a peel. Wants to peel off that yellow guard up there. Andrew's come a little inside. He moved it off, but and Team McCutcheon throws a draw, spreads out those blue guards there. Now they're looking at peeling off the guards again. Like I really got to open this up here, but Andrew's throwing the heat at it. He's got the guard, but only one of them. McCutcheon's going to try to draw in or guard. Probably guard just at the top of the house. Slid wide.
I'm calling Jackson. I know that. My hair out. Yeah, and the hair out some heights.
Kessler's looking at a run back here, it looks like. Not the kind of run back you want to make because you're using the other team's stones. It's always a little worrisome. Going to be close here. And he moved them. Not quite so that yellow would be shot, but moved one of them to off to the edge of the 12-foot, the other one to back of the 8-foot. McCutcheon's going to try to draw into the 4-foot here.
Oh, we're tied. Yep, we each won 2 rounds, so.
Nash came a little wide. He's going to bump that yellow one in and roll for a guard. So currently it is blue 1, yellow sitting 2, the second shot, and 3, and then blue is 4th shot. So if they can pick that out of there with a hack weight and stick around, they could take 3.
One night.
And the delivery, and they're sweeping it, trying to hold it straight. Got to get by those guards. They're skinnied the guard. He's got it. He nailed it. And that should be for 3. He left that to the sweepers, and the sweepers swept it. Beautiful shot. It was a really tough shot, and he came through on it. Score after 5 is now 7-3 for Bachek. Sixth end. Team Bachek took 3 in the 5th. Max is going for a center guard. Draw the 4-foot on the center line. Looks a little soft. Boys drag it back, and they get it to the 4-foot. It's a nice shot. Nash calls for a freeze on the yellow one that's on the 4-foot. And they throw it through. Kessler calls for a draw to the top of the 8-foot or top of the 12-foot. He throws a perfect shot right where he wanted it. Nash calls for a draw in behind, and he's going to sail through. No, it's been there all day. Kessler calls for a guard. And he gets called back for a timeout.
Oh boy. What buttons do I have to press? I'm out of routine
Oh,
here.
don't worry about that.
Okay. Okay.
Just talk.
Okay.
She doesn't have to push anything on the mic, though. I think it's what it is.
Okay. I guess I'm taking over here. Okay. This has been a while. Not